Hey everyone, Matt Petrie here. I just got done watching the this week's video with Fire Chief Otto Droz from the Orange County Fire Department in Florida, and I liked what he was talking about implementing NFPA 3000 and how it's just like kind of like guidelines for like departments to have. It's not like limiting each department to these specific guidelines. They kind of use those as a reference and kind of create their own tactics and such that are more appropriate for their department and their resources and what they have. Then he also discussed having both the police and fire departments training together, so there isn't that lack of communication that happened at Pulse Nightclub. And so they can have better communication and better knowledge of what is going on. And so people aren't going in there blind and potentially getting hurt or killed. And then he also talked about the recovery process after an event like that happening for firefighters. And he's more of a person who believes that the recovery process should start immediately and not prolonging, because you don't want someone's mental health deteriorating and getting worse over time if they hold back any thoughts they might have that happened that night, or just in general from a tragic event like that, because suicide is becoming more and more prevalent, especially in fire and police departments. And that should not be it. Like, there needs to be like a more open way for officers and firefighters to explain their thoughts about what's going on in their head. And then next, this relates to my community, because in Cincinnati there are nightclubs in the area, such as Energy Nightclub that's on the river just downtown, and a shooting like that can happen at any point. It's not just in certain areas where things like this happens. Mass shootings are happening all over the country. It doesn't matter where, doesn't matter when, they will happen. And fire departments and police departments need to stay prepared for events like this, so there's better communication, better leadership going through the event, and just once again being prepared, because no one is exactly going to be fully prepared for an event, but having the knowledge of possibly what to do in an event, so they're not going in there completely blind, and it can maybe stop the shooter or shooters from making the event 10 times worse than it needs to be, or at all.